Hello, my name's Jason and welcome back to I Have a Story. This video is about exactly what's in the caption. Why can I do what our systems cannot? 2 weeks ago today, I was having a video call with my children and I received a text message from a mother whose daughter went missing the night before. Now, a missing persons report was filed and the investigation supposedly took place. It's amazing that our systems that have all these funding and resources and finances and manpower can't do what I can do. Now, I found this woman 2 cities away in a dope house, has a complete documented history of drugs, mental illness, all of it, been through the systems in and out, and they won't help her. This is the same woman 1 year ago I sat right next to and watched her call the mental health facilities asking help. She even stated, I have a young child in this house. It's just me and this kid, and I want to kill myself. Somebody needs to come and get me, and somebody needs to come and get my kid. I sat right next to her and heard both sides of the conversation. The woman from the mental health facility said, we don't have anywhere to put you. There's nothing we can do. Are you sure you're not going to be okay till tomorrow? We'll call and check on you tomorrow and make sure everything's okay. Even went to the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department would not get involved. Why? It's your job, both of your jobs, to get involved. A person called and said, I want to kill myself. I have a child in this house and somebody needs to come and get me and the kid. And the only response back was, are you sure you're not going to be okay till tomorrow? We'll call and check on you tomorrow. What the hell is this? It's part of why I'm talking up so much about our systems being underfunded and why, as adults, we need to quit acting like children, being entertained all the time and spending so much money on entertainment. But yet we can't fund our systems so they can do their jobs properly, and we wonder why the world is going to hell. Entertainment has already been proven medically that is just the same as drugs. It still makes the chemical changes in the frontal lobe of your brain that makes you want more and want more and want more, just like drugs. Just because it doesn't go into a pipe, roll it up in a piece of paper, a needle that gets stuck in your arm, or a powder that goes up your nose, doesn't make the effects any different. Why can't people see that? Oh, wait, because they're too busy being entertained and they don't want to. Please me, 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 me. I had a family member who was supposed to be my head supporter in my case. She doesn't have time to talk to me, help me, or do anything, but yet I sit here and watch every single day. She goes into entertainment and has time to entertain herself, and not only entertain herself, but also publish it and post it on Facebook every single day. Entertainment, 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 but doesn't have time for the real world and helping her family member who's in need. I deleted her out today. I've had enough of it. She's one who needs to watch my channel and listen. Today, posting about Mickey Mouse. I mean, you have no time to talk to your cousin, but you have time to go and watch Mickey Mouse, and not only watch Mickey Mouse as an adult, but then publish it on Facebook and have communication and chat with people about Mickey Mouse. Adult children. I'm tired of it. One of the things I love about where I live, people here haven't been indulged in entertainment and brainwashed by entertainment in this please me feel good world. They know what the real world's like. They're real people. So I'm going to know, why can our systems not do their job? Why is Tom Cruise worth $30 million a year? He can afford to buy an island in small countries. That's ridiculous. That's sick. That's sick. You gave me $1 million today and I made another $1 million next week. That $1 million I made next week's going somewhere else. But no, these people, that's a mental illness in itself. I need more, more, more. Oh, wait, I made $30 million last year, let alone the $100 million I've made years prior to that, but I still need more. Pay me more, pay me more. But yet, our fire department, our police officers, our counselors, our caseworkers, our entire system, they're each worth tens of thousands. And we wonder why they don't do their job. I couldn't imagine what it's like doing their job over a complete lifetime and especially in their position where they don't make progress and they just hear bad and no good or very little good. And then we wonder about their mentality. I do. Um, I can't go to work and have a job every day where I don't feel successful. I couldn't do it. And then especially to be involved in a world of just absolute bad that they hear and see, and people who actually care, most of their hands are tied and can't do anything. It's, to me, insanity. So why is it I could find that girl and our system couldn't? What's even worse is turned her into a hospital. She's been in this hospital many times. They just keep turning her loose and saying, we can't do anything with you. We don't have a place to put you. There's nothing we can do for you. And put her back out on the street. So then she called me and wanted to come stay with me. And no, I can't. I've done a lot of in-home drug rehabilitation, even the alcoholic this week that I've been working with. And I've never done that for a woman, and for many reasons. One, I've been accused so many times of doing things that I can prove that didn't do, and still the system don't care. So I have to overly protect myself. I'd have been warned a couple years ago. I was driving down the road, saw this woman. I don't know, she looked like a late teens, barefooted in the rain, in the cold. She wasn't barefoot, she had socks. No shoes on her feet, in the downpouring rain, in the cold. It was, what, 50 degrees out? And she was crying, walking down the road. So I stopped and picked her up and gave her a ride. I got yelled at by several people. You realize what she could have done to you? I'm just trying to do good and help. Yeah, you realize she could have gone out and said you did anything to her, and she could have. This is the world we really live in? So many people are now scared to help other people because we get accused. I dropped her off at a gas station in front of cameras and made sure she got out of my car on video, and I drove away. It sucks we even have to protect ourselves trying to do good in this world. I've already talked about a case that I saw where a 911 operator was in a speedway, called 911, said, hey, there's a case happening right now and somebody needs to get here now. Somebody is going to die. The report back was, we don't have any officers to send. They're all occupied. When that call came through, I was at the local high school riding a bike with my son. It was during the high school football game. 5 or 6 police officers were in the corner of the parking lot having a sewing circle on the opposite side of the school from where the football stadium was that they were supposed to be patrolling. Great big high school blocking their entire view and everything of the football game. They were the complete opposite corner. The man that operator had called about at Speedway, just 2 to 3 miles down the road, he got run over and killed. The operator said, somebody's going to die. Somebody died. The response was, we don't have anybody to send, but yet they could have, because there were 6 officers, 5 of them at least, who were doing nothing, not even doing the job that they were supposed to be doing to begin with at that exact moment. So why are our systems not doing their job? Why are the people not standing up and supporting them, lighting fires on them and say, we want you to do your job. We want a safe community. We don't want to see any more people die. I've already discussed this. I can tell you 2 cases right now. One has been reported 3 times to the authorities. The response back, hardcore drugs and loaded guns. In every room of the house, there's loaded guns leaning up against walls, doors, and accessible to minor young children. What I heard the report back was, by the authorities, we're too scared to go to that house. We know what goes on in that house. We know that house. We've already had so many dealings with that house. But we're too scared to go there. That was the report. And guess what? It still continues today. And then that kid who's getting abused, seeing all the drugs, meth, whatever and loaded guns everywhere, just leaning up against walls, next to doors, accessible to that child or any of the drug addicts who come into that house doing drugs. And the report back was, we're too scared to go and investigate that. So it still continues. But yet we want to blame the inanimate objects when bad happens. The bad is happening because our systems are not doing their job. I've told people keep saying our systems are broken. As far as I'm concerned, they're non existent. Do we really have to put on our Batman capes and find me a Robin and a Batgirl and go out and become night vigilantes ourselves if we want our streets cleaned up? Is that what it's supposed to do? I mean, I know the difference between right and wrong, and I know that's wrong. That's why we have systems that are supposed to be doing right, which is why I'm here trying to get people to start funding, supporting, make change. If they would, our systems did operate correctly, I would not be in the situation that I am in right now, and neither would my children. And all the while, attorneys, the whole system, they make lots of money, got big fancy titles, but yet are doing wrong. So I want to know, why is it I don't have the protection, the manpower, the resources, all the special tools and equipment that our system has? They can't find these people, but I can. They can't put them somewhere, but I can. I bring them into my house. And I don't do this when I had kids. I won't do this if I have get my kids back. It's I can't have them in that environment. But at the same time, when I don't have my kids and I don't have a reason to say no, I can't. I've never ever put a woman in my in-home drug rehabilitation, and then for a couple of reasons. One, I've been falsely accused and provably. Look at my whole case going right now. I already showed the evidence I have on my case against my first wife doing all this to me. Nobody cares because I'm a man and they're a woman. So if I bring a woman into my house and do an in-home drug rehabilitation, one, almost every single one I've had to do, I have to physically restrain at one point in time or another. I cannot physically restrain a woman, take the chance of injuring a woman, and then having that, the fallout from that come back on me. And that hurts me to even have to be like that. My God, I could put video cameras up in my whole house. I did it through my marriage, and I can prove my case through my marriage, but yet I still am getting nowhere. The abuser continues the abuse and gets away with it because they're a woman, and my head's so twisted over all this. Wait, I recorded that specific incident. Here's the exactly what happened, and I'm the one who still takes the fall. I hope I don't break from all this because it's pushing me there. I'm losing my mind. I know the difference between right and wrong, but how is it our systems don't anymore? I've done for children what our systems can't do. Again, in home counseling, I made a video and apparently I never aired it. I can't find it. It's called "The World Needs Some More Jack Nicholsons." And what I mean by that is the Jack Nicholson and anger management. That would be worth $30 million a year to pay somebody and pay people who are willing to not just sit and talk to somebody for 45 minutes to an hour once a week, somebody who's actually going to leave their life and get off their butt and give up something in their life to actually do good and go sit on somebody else's, sleep on their couch, put up a cot in the back room, and actually live with that person and see what the real world in that person's life is like. Not just listen to what comes out of their mouth for 45 minutes to an hour once a week. That's how you make a difference. That would be worth $30 million a year. Not somebody who pretends to be something that they're not. Not somebody who can sing because, oh God, I hear people singing all the time, and anybody can sing. Anybody can pretend to be something that they're not. I know in this country, there's millions of people who can catch a football. So why is that worth $30 million a year? And our systems are not. People who actually can make a difference in this world, they're not. They're not worth it in the views of public eye, apparently, because our public eye still continues to support what I see as wrong, but yet refuses and wants to even cry when we put out levies and want to raise taxes to support and fund our systems. No problem at all supporting a $30 million a year entertainer, somebody who sings for a living, somebody who pretends to be something they're not, somebody who gets to play games for a living. That's worth millions of dollars. How do we get to this point in our country where that's what we stand behind? And then we want to cry because the world's going down the toilet. Not hard to see, people. You just got to pull your head out of your selfish butt, take a breath of fresh air, and look at the world around you. Turn off the TV, turn off all your entertainment. Entertainment's good. I mean, we all need a little bit. For me, it's at night before I go to bed. I lay down, I turn something on, entertainment, education, whatever I'm in the mood for that night, stand up comedy. Um, it gives me something else to focus on and something to lose myself in besides what my daily or weekly or life has been. I don't revolve my life around it. I don't have to be in front of a TV at a certain time because something's going to be on that I have to go watch and push my family, push my children away. I don't understand that world one bit. Part of where I struggled with having friends in society. Hey, you're supposed to come out here and sit on the couch and watch the football game with me. You're not supposed to be in there playing with the kids. We're adults. We're supposed to be adults. That's not being an adult. An adult is the one who's out there playing with the kids, not the one who's sitting there watching a football game telling the kids, leave me alone. That is a child. Doesn't matter how old you are. That is a child. Now, the woman I just divorced, she finds people for a living. That's what she does for a living. And she has special software for doing it, which makes her job a lot easier. You just punch in names and certain information, and wow, and these computer softwares pull the information up. Those programs cost tens of thousands of dollars, and you need special licenses to get them, which her employers get. But then I've actually watched her illegally use them for her own personal good. I shouldn't say good, for her own personal needs is more like it. It's illegal what she's done. I've watched it. You're not allowed to use those programs for your personal use. But she does it because, again, you just cry victim and get away with everything you want. She's learned how to play all the systems. And as a woman, that you don't even have to play. All you get play systems, you just go in and cry, and everybody takes your side. So I want to know, the guy that I had an alcoholic here this week, and he's an alcoholic. He knows he's an alcoholic. He's not an abusive alcoholic. He's a giant lush. But at the same time, he's got a problem, and it's ruining his life. It has been ruining his life. I'm not locking him down. I'm just planting seeds, slowly working with him, and he's gotten better, much better. But he still has problems drinking. He's a good guy, and there's so many good people in this world who are hurting, and in part, he's hurting because of what the system has done to him. And he lives on the streets. He can't afford a place to live because court system's taken away 51% of his pay, and he spends an awful lot of the rest of it on alcohol to get through it. I understand his pain. Again, our systems are hurting good people. And in his situation, his ex-wife is actually a far worse and more abusive. She's an abusive alcoholic. He was the lush, and she drinks way more than he does. She's way worse off as an alcoholic than he is. She's a freaking whore, and the kid's suffering through all. And dad gets blamed again. Dad gets all the punishment, and mom gets away with continuing with all that she's doing, and he can't handle it. So he lives in a van and drinks his life away. So many children and so many people are suffering because our systems don't do their job. And I want to know why. It's not hard to figure out. You don't even need half a brain. All you got to do is take your head out of your butt, smell some fresh air, look around you, have common sense, common decency. Not hard to see. Not hard at all. So why can't our systems do it?